Alright, let's talk about Shank Tank PvP. First things first, let's look at the tree real quick. You'll want to check out your this one right here. A warding strike grants a barrier protection to 8 allies around. It's amazing for PvP. Helps everybody around you, whether you have 4 or you have 8 people around you. It's great. You'll want to immobilize. It's nice to stop people in their tracks. The others are okay, but you'll want to stop people. It's great. I believe, I can't be 100% sure, but I think if you immobilize somebody like this, they cannot even a God Bubble. Sages and Sorks, that is. Um, all of these are great options. I do like this one for sure because the Guardian Slash does 40% more damage to taunted targets. Really good. You're not really worried about threat regeneration. It's not really that big a deal, and you're having a high alacrity build because it's a Shank tank, not a tank. Moving on to this level here, you have to keep in mind if you're using the jug version of this, this does not say that it generates one focus and heals you for 1% of your maximum health. That's important. Heals you for maximum 1% of your maximum health. That is very important to know that. Pick what you want here. I choose this one. Let's see, because I want to close the gap as often as I can because this class is so stinking slow. We'll talk about how to get a little faster. Pick what you want here. Keep in mind that Saber Reflect, also pick what you want here. Saber Reflect is going to be your most powerful redirection if people are going to be attacking you. This one has a better cooldown and it is 100% cheese. So keep in mind that this is going to be better overall for your uptime, and this will be better overall to reduce damage. And then pick what you want here. I choose the Focus Defense by 30%. Go ahead and read your passives. Get those down. Alright, so let's talk about the gear. First things first, you are wearing, you are a tank, but you're wearing DPS gear. That's what Shank Tank is, and that's what we're going to go with. There's other words, but I'm not using them. Alright, your accuracy. Let's look at your accuracy is your most important stat for a DPS class. So what does a tank do? A tank, bare naked, is a, let's check those, accuracy is 111%. So as long as you finish a storyline class, one of your storyline classes of one of your 8 original classes all the way through, and you go ahead and talk to all your individuals, your companions, they will give you that 1 extra percent, and you'll have. But if you don't, I think you have 110%. So naked, 110%, great, it's amazing. Go with it. All right, let's look at the tactical. Most of the time you'll want to take Grit Teeth. So Grit Teeth, you can look at these side by side. You can pause it if you want. You can go buy them or look at them, whatever you want. Grit Teeth is not the best for PvP. Grit Teeth is great and amazing for certain things, but is not the best for PvP. And I'll show you why. Especially in arenas, because you're not going to get second Saber Ward in arena. Pretty much either you're dead or it's over. It's not happening. So Saber Ward. Saber Ward works really well with that Grit Teeth. However, you're going to be wanting using your Leviathan's Hide, and we will get into that in a second. Let's see. Keep in mind that you're going to want to Guardian Leap and protect your players, as your friends, as much as possible. That is going to be a huge help because, especially the character that you're guarding is going to be redirecting damage to you, and if they have a little bubble on them from the Guardian Leap, that gives them extra damage protection. And also, remember at level 23, they'll have an extra little bit of damage about 50% of the time. Notice this extra blue bubble here. Let me get rid of the guard and turn her off. Yes, it does. So she's not guard anymore, but notice she has a little guard on her from Warding Strike. Gives this little extra bubble. So all kinds of damage reduction to even your friends. So you have a guarded friend, and then you Guardian Leap them, even if it jacks with your camera. Alright. Goodbye, Lana. Alright, you do that. And let's see, we can stop there with this stuff. Let's go to Runic. Oh, let's look at the gear first. Alright, so first of all, I am using the stimulated package. However, in a war zone, I would use a second wind package to make you faster. And for the same reason that I'm using a that Grit Teeth is not going to be as effective as Leviathan's Hide, because in an arena, stimulated packages are going to get you more for your mileage. Choose what you want. If you want to use second wind, find whatever. You've got to get a kill for that to even be effective. Stimulated does not have to have a kill to get effective. So depends on what you want to do. I would for sure take second wind in a war zone, and I personally take stimulated in in an arena. Retaliated package. I'll show you how that works in a minute. You will notice that my gear is a smattering of 336 and 344. The reason I'm on a Rishi Stronghold is because it nerfs down your stats. Even though I am wearing what I'm wearing, it nerfs it down to 4,400 and 2,100. That gives me close enough to what I want to feel as far as my alacrity and my critical. You can stack crit if you want. I'm using a bunch of stimulated. I'm using the stimulated package along with some mastery augments. That is the versatile augments. You can feel free to stack crit if you want. If you happen to figure out how to get to 6,000, no class, not even deception, nobody benefits from more than 6,000. So if you happen to get over 6,000, don't bother. Use mastery augs. Just go with it, or don't. I don't care. All right, return to Runic. Let's go to Runic. Show you how the defensives work. While we're loading in, your stem. The stem you want to use is going to be specifically one of 3. You will not use the Fortitude stem because it's useless, and you're not going to use the accuracy stem unless you're just trying to get a little extra crit because you do not need the accuracy, but it will give you a little bit more crit if you want it. Mastery is where you can get the most bang for your buck. All right, let's get one of these little dudes. I think this one gets off the edge faster. Yeah. All right. So what we're gonna do is look at the defense here. What you're trying to do is get your damage reduction up. Damage reduction. So it starts out at 44%, but as you're using abilities, say like your Guardian Strike, for example, you'll notice that after you use Guardian Strike, your defensive goes all the way up to damage reduction of 47. Now it jumps up to another number. It jumps up to 57%, and then you smack a Guardian Slash, and now you're up to 60%. That is one target that brings you all the way up to 60%. That is a really good thing. All right, so next, let's look at why would you use a Retaliator package. Now, it's not really controversial. It's one of the best things in the game to me because Riposte now has no cooldown. So every time they miss you, so here's a chance where they miss you, you can now use a Riposte. So that is a good thing. You can use your Riposte. Now, as long as you have the, what's that called, the focus, you can use a Riposte. So all those misses give you a Riposte. All right, let's look at your tree. In your tree, you'll see the, remember here that taunted targets heal you 1% of your maximum health. That's important because now this target has been taunted, and now the Ripostes are healing you, and anything else you're doing is also healing you. So now massive amounts of healing once every second. You can't do it all the time, but it does heal you once per second. So not only getting damage reduction, but you are also self-healing. All right, let's see what else. We talked about defenses. Obviously, your focused defense. If you play this class, you know what the defenses are. Inure. So Inure can even work with your taunting. So if you wanted to, so you can use Inure a lot. Once every minute. So if you wanted to, you'll note that taunted targets will heal you for even more health because it's a percent healer. So if you have more health pool, it will heal you for more. And then when that runs out, your net health will be greater. You're not going to lose some great amount. It's actually what you healed. You heal the amount, and you don't lose that extra amount. All right, let's throw him off the edge. Done with that demonstration. So let's look at extra targets. Let's see if you have more targets. The more targets you have, the higher this here is going to be. Damage reduction went up to 60%. You saw that. So let's grab this over here. We're going to jump in the middle of these guys here. And we're going to go up the gear, details. And where is damage reduction? Right there. All right. %. So there's a 62% damage reduction. And I mean, can't beat that with a stick. Like if they're not hitting you for 60 for the amount that they would normally hit you, that's just amazing. And see the uptime on that with your high alacrity build, or rather a normal alacrity for a DPS. It brings that damage reduction. You're running a lot. You're running a nice high damage reduction at all times. Well, not all times, but pretty often. All right, last item. Let's go to your stronghold. Let's go back to the stronghold. Go back to Rishi Stronghold, and I'm going to go to the show you how Inure also, or another thing Inure can do. So we're going to slide on over to the hideout. Probably with scope expansion, wasn't it? Nope, it's hideout. All right. So you're looking for Inure and how to use Inure. Again, percent healing. Your Warzone med pack is a percent healer. So if you use Inure and then follow it up with a Warzone med pack, that is a massive chunk of healing because it's 35% of your maximum health. So massive healing. It's great. It's a good thing. All right. I think that's just about it. Have fun there with your Shank tanks.